We in the building. I'm telling you. Hold on, man. I gotta expose my Brooklyn shirt now. Y'all mess it up. I got my Nets Brooklyn Nets shirt. Y'all play it up now. Y'all playing with me now. I'm here. We in Brooklyn now. In the building. I gotta hold this. You hold it. Where that mannequin at? Oh, I usually give it to the mannequins, but it's all right. Y'all can hold that. They're live. Want to first and foremost thank everybody for coming out so far. It's early. I want to thank y'all for coming out. My name is King Simon, and yeah, you can clap. It's up to you. I ain't paying y'all to clap. So I'm just here. We got a very good and nice event happening. A lot of things have been hacking. Of course, we got the bike-a-thon going on, so there's a lot of things. The trains are slow. I mean, look, you can't, the 5 ain't running, this ain't running, that ain't running. It's all right. We run it. We go with, somebody tried to jump off the bridge yesterday. All kinds of crap happening in Brooklyn. Godzilla tried to cross it in that movie last time. He got shot down, but it is what it is. We keep it moving. We do what we got to do. And I want to say love and honor, of course, to the ancestors before we even start. We got to say Ashe to the ancestors, Ashe to your ancestors, my ancestors, our ancient ancestors, and those that came before us that's been doing the work. Give them a round of applause too, because they did. Believe me, the energy is on watching us from way in. Come out. So that's why we got to keep on doing the work. Yesterday we had a great event with Sister Dr. McCabe Judge, who had her first book signing. Of course, Curvy. What's the name of the book? Curvy. Healthy Curvy. Beautiful book. We got the book. It's going to be sold here. And of course, this is Nicholas Brooklyn Bookstore. Give Nicholas a round of applause. This is black owned. I got black owned, original owned, and Morris owned bookstore. Let's be real about this. They may not know about the Negro comes in black, but I'm telling you, we got to keep our business alive and open. Nobody else going to support our businesses. This brother, the father that started this, Mr. Nicholas started this back. 1974 was open. 1974. I met him in 1984 when I was in the Ansar law community under Dr. York back in those days. I still got the ring. Let's go show you how I go way back. And when Imam Isa at that time told us to support, leave Medina alone and support the black-owned business, our own business stores, we supported this business from back in those days, supporting the incense, the oil. You can actually do wholesale. If you're an entrepreneur, you have a business, I don't care where you live, I don't care what you got, you want to start your own business, you can get into books, you can get into selling books, selling oil, selling whatever stuff, products they have. This used to be called Nubian Heritage, this bookstore right here. Used to be called Nubian, yeah, everybody shaking their head. I remember that, yeah. Y'all telling your age, don't tell your age. I'm just letting you know what's going on now. See, this used to be Nubian Heritage back in the day, and if we don't support our business, this will become a bodega. There'll be a bunch of Mexicans in here doing what they got to do to make it happen, and they got pizza. Mexicans serving pizza now. Yeah, that's what's going on. I couldn't believe it until I went into a pizza shop. We got pizza going on. It's all right. I love it. I eat tortillas. I eat all kinds of stuff. Don't worry. No, I'm joking. I'm a vegetarian. But just want to let y'all know we're going to have a great time. We got some great people, some great friends, some great people with some great information. Of course, this is all about sexual relationships. Everybody got here by sex. So we shouldn't be complaining, shouldn't be twisting up our face. Back in Jamaica, we used to do it. My mother and father told me, man, they couldn't even say the word sex in Jamaica back in the day. They couldn't even say the word sex. So sex was like a taboo. I said, how the hell y'all got here? Y'all must have did something. Somebody did something to somebody. So I always think about that, you know what I'm saying? And when I sat down with my parents one time, they said we couldn't teach y'all about sex because they didn't teach us about sex. So I had to learn the hard way in high school. We had a good old high school learning in Erasmus back in the day. I had a good old time in Erasmus learning about sexual relationships. But now the people that's going to be here are going to talk about the magical effects of a relationship, dealing with astrology, astronomy, astrologics, and also some of the ancient science that they deal with. You see all the charts up here. So you shouldn't be afraid of the human body. You got one. Never be afraid of your human body. If you haven't signed in and paid your $20, please go to the door. Please go there and see Nakiba or Brother Dominique and and get that support, drop it in, and sign the list. We want you to be a part of the list also. Don't be afraid to sign up. And if you don't got $20, I'll charge you $15. Don't worry about it. It's 15 before 3 anyway. So if you got here late, you came after 3, that's your business. That's how we work it. How you doing, dog? Good to see you. So, like I said earlier, this is our own establishment, and we're here. We do different events here all the time. I do various events here every other Wednesday or every...
Peace, how are you?
I'll get ghetto now. I need batteries. Yeah, your battery on
the raise your voice.
Yeah, my battery, yeah. You know I will. I'll come. It's all right. I can sing this. We can do this.
I don't even know what the...
See, that's the problem. Hold on. Okay, so far, yeah, but get those batteries. Look for the batteries still. Look for the batteries, just in case. Because, and just want to remind you that there's some events coming up. Of course, every Wednesday, Sister Roz Mariah Bay, and the whole family, I can name every Wednesday from 6 to 10 o'clock over there at the National Black Theater. They're holding classes. They're holding the whole court over there. Give them a round of applause. They're in the building doing their thing. They got it. The Sister Roz, also, Islam to all the Moors in the building. Bigger to all the Moors in the building. Islam. How you doing, family? How you doing? Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. And they have been very encouraging to me to enable me to study like Brother Taj and all the rest of Elder Taj. He's been very encouraging to me to study and research. I wish Taj would have came today. We would have had a good old time just bringing him up for a brief minute, because I know Taj will get it on something, you know, especially on sexual relationships, all right? He has 9. So I know how we all work here. We do what we gotta do. Yeah, he has 9 just like I have 9. It's all right. We staying on that completion. We're staying on the 45-degree angle. We doing what we gotta do. 4 and 5 is 9. We're gonna keep it moving. Bang! I love it. All right. So the next event coming up, courtesy of King Simon Production and New Covenant. New Covenant is an organization that was founded by Brother Polite and Amunre Senatumre. And we got a big event coming up because we're about to open up our first bookstore and natural hair salon and hair cuttings business in Jersey and in Chicago, and it's called the New Covenant Head of the Crown bookstore that we're about to open it. So this big event that we're doing for Dick Gregory is actually coming in on May the 19th with Brother Polite, and the topic is that we will rise above poverty by any means necessary. Because what is happening is that a lot of people are staying in that poverty-stricken mind, and we're trying to tell people that you don't have to be just a righteous teacher. You can be prosperous and righteous also. You can be rich and righteous also. You can do what you got to. Because what you got is, remember the old saying, it said a fool and his money will soon part, but a righteous man and his money will definitely grow many businesses and do what they got to do. So we got to do what we have to do. Get the funds, get whatever natural currency we got to get from silver, gold, whatever, platinum, whatever you got to get. That's why I got to bear witness to people like Khalid Muhammad's son, Farrah Gray. When I spoke to him last year, when I spoke to Farrah Gray a couple years ago, he told me the battle is at all levels, and he invests his money in precious stones, the silver, the gold. This is what he does. And he teaches young people to do this. So when you see, don't castigate Brother Farrah Gray because y'all don't hear him talking about his father. He is much like his father and much more. He's doing much more than what his father was doing. But y'all don't know what he's doing. And if y'all not examining his career and what he's doing with the young people, I'm not checking out his career and what he's doing with the young people. He is forming young entrepreneurs where they're running their own businesses, doing for themselves and buying property, and not only buying property, but investing in, like I said, gold, silver, platinum, precious diamonds. This brother ain't joking. And he told me that within 45 minutes of our little conversation we on the phone, he said, Brother Simon, he said, they can talk all they want. Most of the people that talk about me never even read my book. Y'all even support the man's book. He mentions his father in there, Dr. Khalid Muhammad, but he gives much more honor to his grandmother because his grandmother encouraged him, kept him going and doing what he had to do. And he mentioned he loved his father and what he got to do. A lot of people say, oh, you don't talk about his father, but that's a lie. I read his book twice, and they don't even know what's going on. So, Big up to Dr. Khalid Muhammad, of course, one of the ancestors. Big up to his sons, all 7 of his children that might be doing the work in their own way, in their own capacity. So we got to keep on doing the work and keep on imparting this information to our children as they are getting older and doing what they have to do. Some of us don't even have our children here. Some of us don't even send a DVD to our child. Some of you won't even play. I got a young man working that camera right now. Do your thing, brother. Give him a round of applause. That's my friend. That young cameraman. He just told me he likes the camera, so I'm gonna let him do what he gotta do. You know, let him learn something. Let him do what. Just stay focused, brother. Don't let me have a half a nose and my head, my feet down there, and all. Look. And, okay. I just want to make sure. I'm with you, brother. I'm with you because somebody gave me a chance when I was young. That's why I'm doing it for you. Even when I was on radio, somebody gave me a chance to do WWRL radio or WNWK. Somebody has to give. Don't feel away if you just lend a helping hand. I'm not going to say I'm your mentor because mentor was that homosexual stuff back in Greece and Rome. I ain't with that stuff. I'm your guide. I'm your friend. I'm your brother. I'm showing you what you got to do. I ain't with that. Study the history about mentors and you'll find out. They're mentoring, all right. They were men trying to make a torrent of young boys. That's what their mentoring was all about. That's what they was all about. Them Greeks and them freaks was crazy. So we got to make sure we don't mentor our children and instruct our children and make them be better people. Just like Sister Rosemary Bay guided and instructed her son to make him a better person. Give him a round of applause. He's in the building somewhere. No, he's doing that stuff. I know Brother Azariah Majay guide their children to be a better person. I know my queen, Empress Jamila does and got her daughter to be a woman. And of course, anybody else that's having children. I don't know if Barry got a child. You got any children? How many children you got, brother? About 100? One child. You ain't got 100, brother? I can tell. But we are all about being progressive and moving on and doing what we have to do and being focused in this and what we're doing. So May 19th, Dick Gregory, advance tickets are here, $30 in advance, more at the door, but believe me, it's going to be extraordinary because that building that we're doing, doing the lecture at, and doing it's called Clown Muhammad School or the Akbar Hall, that building was founded by Malcolm X. His name is still on the deed. So we're doing it on Malcolm X's birthday. We want all vendors there if you can make it out there. I would love to see more of Sister Rob's books out there every time. Every time I do it, we're going to book sell. Because they do sell when they come out to my lectures. People love their ties and her work out there. So they need to, and they ask me about it sometimes. So they need to have them. If not, they might have to leave me some, and then I will sell it there for them if they can't make it out. Because you come from all the way to Jersey, right? You went from Jersey now, right?
Way down south. Yeah.
Well, where you down south?
Down south of Jersey.
Oh, down south, yeah. I'm like, where you doing down south? But that's coming up on May the 19th and May the 22nd on Wednesday right here at the Nicholas Brooklyn Bookstore. We got Brother Polite coming in about paper terrorism and all that stuff, how they're trying to push this paper terrorism stuff on all the Moors and all that stuff, how it doesn't have to be that way if you know what you're doing and how you know how to put those paperwork in. He show you how to do it just like they show you how to do it every Wednesday. Also on June the 15th and 16th, I got Dr. Phil Valentine, EO, coming in the building. He's going to be in the building. Tickets are also on sale right here. He's going to be at the National Black Theater where we host that thing every Wednesday, of course, because y'all host meetings every Wednesday, and that's going to be he's doing a Family Father's Day special. The first Saturday the 15th, will be a private all-day lecture with Brother Phil Valentine. All questions, he'll sit in a round circle with you. Any question you want to filter anything to him, any question, he'll be going in for 12 hours. We'll even have food included, all that kind of stuff, and that's going to be at a secret location. I can't tell you none of that, and I can't tell you where the secret location is until you pay the money to get to that secret location, and that's how we're working it. And then the public lecture will be at the National Black Theater in Harlem on the 16th. That's Father's Day Excel. Bring the children. Children are absolutely free. I want children in the building. They're absolutely free to hear the information because the more your children will listen to the information, the more they retain, and they'll grow up saying, you know, I remember listening to this. I remember my own nephew years ago said he used to hear me talk about Islam and all that when he was 6 years old. He came to me and asked me to mail him a book and a few DVDs. He's studying to be a surgeon right now. And so he's doing what he has to do, and he's reading and studying and taking all these DVDs and listening to me on YouTube or whatever, all these lectures putting out. Be careful what you're putting out there because your children are picking it up and listening. They're listening to it. They on their iPhone, their dumb phone, their stupid phone, their smartphone. They doing everything with all kinds of phones. Shoot, spending $400 on a phone, that phone better fly and call the lotto for me. Yeah, I'm not paying no $400 for no phone. But I understand. I understand. It's technology. Also in the month of July, yeah, keep it going. July 14th, for the first time here at Nicholas Brooklyn Bookstore, we have Professor James Smalls right here for the first time from Hidden Colors. You know, he just did a nice little thing. Yeah, give him a round of applause. Come on, clap for all of them. Clap for all of them. That's right, Professor James Smalls will be right here for the first time at Nicholas Brooklyn Bookstore, and then he's headed to Africa after that. And hopefully, if their office will call me back in the month of August. My sponsors, I have original sponsors that's going to be providing the money to bring Dr. Sebi either to BAM or the Barclays Center. That's what we're looking at. 5,000 at the Barclays Center. The 5,000 seat, of course, costs too much to rent the whole thing, but the 5,000 seat is cheaper. And then at BAM it's like 3,000 seat there. If we can get, as long as their office call me back, I'm having problems. Those people that ever shop with Dr. Sebi. Nothing wrong with Dr. Sebi's products. There's something wrong with the people working there. And that's the problem. And they're sick. Something's wrong with them. They're not calling me back. They're not doing it. They're not responding. And I get a lot. And I'm not afraid to tell it. You can be taping it all you want. You can put it up on YouTube. Not afraid to tell it. You got to start making this man's business. Get out there and start answering those phones and calling back and getting the products to the people. Because a lot of people call me and tell me, where's Dr. Sebi? How come I can't get my products? How come they haven't sent it? And you can't tell me, you can't give me all those excuses. Stop giving the people excuses and get your business on point. That's what you got to do. So that's why I send people to Ma over here, Fig Tree. Ma's right here, his ex-wife is right there on Willoughby. She has an office right there. You can sit down with her, and she's the one that started Fig Tree with that. Or I send them to Annette Thomas, which is the Red Pill and Blue Pills moms. Give Red Pill and Blue Pill around the block. I give them the business. I'll give Michaela Judge the business. I'll give Dr. Africa the business. I'll give Sister Anae the business because she's into health. Whoever's into health, I'm going to give them the business if they're not handling their business with Dr. Sebi. Because while the cat is away in Honduras, the mice is playing. And we need, I'm serious. You know, I get too much complaints. People are calling my phone just because I brought them here in 2009. They still got my number in their phone and say, yo, Simon, they haven't sent me. I mean, business people who want to bring his products in and sell it out of their store. But he's having too much problems. They don't send the products sometimes. They send the wrong products. They don't know how to speak to people. That's a darn shame. You got to have good hospitality. You got to have good presentation even over the phone. You got to know how to deal with people on the phone. You can't just say, oh, there, you can't sound ghetto. That means you're not eating right. You're not eating right. You can't be into health and then I see you at McDonald's. Oh, you're into health and you eat the Big Mac. Stop playing. I don't want to hear it. Oh, I'm all this, but you're the Big Mac. Look. Stop playing. All right. Without any further ado. Now, you didn't tell me how this is working. How many?
Well, let me just say a few words, and then I will introduce Ron. My wife wanted to do a poem. Yeah.
First, before we're going to set it off with my wife doing a poem. So, thank you, man. Hey, yeah, you clap. I didn't even bring it on yet, but I just said, but you know, she's my queen to be. But I like that movie. But we're gonna, like I said, we got a lot of stuff. As a matter of fact, she's a teacher over there. My wife is a teacher over there at the Clyde Muhammad School, and believe me, that's a black-owned, so-called black-owned school. It's a lot. Muhammad, they started that from their home school training from years ago. Then it became the University of Islam, and now after under Waratudi Muhammad, it became Clyde Muhammad School. So they keep it all in the family. If you have children you want, they teach etymology. They're doing all of that over there right now. So, and we're trying to bring in one of the etymology teachers from here. I think Brother Abdullah. We try to bring him in to at least come and speak to the students. And Brother Umar Johnson and all the rest of them, we try to bring them in to come and speak to the students. So without any further ado, I'll welcome my better half in the building right here. Give her a round of applause. Everyone's in the building. Give her a round of applause.
Thank you so much for that introduction. No one can introduce me better but my own husband. I always say that. Blessings to everyone. Thanks for coming and being here. Many a time we talk about sex and we think something that's derogatory. And it's not. We're here. When you look around the room, or when I look around the room, it must be a good thing, right? Seeing how beautiful you guys are from here. I mean, anyone who has the chance to come and stand here, we know that sex has to be a lovely thing because they are beautiful individuals in this room. So it has to be something that's worthy of, of praise and of adoration and of much respect. So with that in mind, I'm reading a poem from one of my closest friends. She's a poet, I am also. She wrote this book called Honey and Vinegar and a Little Something in Between. Her name is Janice Nicole Townsend. She's a really incredible poet, very naturally spoken. And I just chose today to really start that energy off with what it is that we'll be discussing today. Mental stimulation. He licked my toes, rubbed my calves, even ran his fingers up and down my inner thighs. But he did not stimulate my mind. He kissed me ever so softly on my neck and was always willing to grind, but he did not make my toes curl, did not send shivers up my spine, did not motivate blackberry afterthoughts because he did not stimulate my mind. He didn't speak on spirituality or say, fuck the world and speak on knowledge and truth. He did not try to lead me anywhere except to the bedroom. I needed a king to guide me to the promised land so I can follow from night into day. Because, see, I believe if you put the right man in your life, it's okay for the marriage vows to say, obey, no omissions necessary. You see, he would say all those things a man is supposed to say to make me moist, but he did not stimulate my mind. And that left me without or with no choice but to leave. Because I need realness. I need a strong mind with strong opinions and strong views. Someone who doesn't believe everything whispered in his ear or spoken loudly on the news. Negative energy will sell. I need a man who will read 3 books and still be thirsty or uneasy until he has read 3 more books or at least discussed the other 3 with me. He wants my point of view and views me as his queen. He knows he does not have to, but chooses to come home with me. Because, like me, he can't see it any other way. Peace.
Give a round of applause, thank you. And give Dominique, who's an excellent woman himself. He'll be teaching classes here too, so excellent. Yeah, he'll be teaching classes here. He's one of those. What's up, Nikita? Where you going? Okay. You're in the people business. This is a commercial break, I'm sorry. Yeah, I thought you were going to do the hula hoop. That's the chakra balance. Oh, okay. Give Nikita a round of applause. She works here. She's one of the people that works here. Thank you very much. Without any further ado, I got to bring up my brother here. That's they call him the mayor of Harlem. You know, the black magic mayor of Harlem. Sorry, I stand corrected. The black magic mayor of Harlem. I want y'all to welcome Brother Azazel Oakham. That people call him Azariah. Give him a round of applause. Welcome. Give him a round of applause.
Give it up. Promoter in New York City, King Simon.
East Coast.
I'm going to introduce Rosemary Bay in a while because we want the woman to come first. Okay? But what we're going to do right now is just give you a heads up. Funderstanding. Okay? When you learn, it should be fun. Because if it's not fun, you really don't learn.
That's right.
It doesn't stick in your memory. So we're going to deal with a lot of that today. We're going to spin chakras. We'll get volunteers. We're going to spin chakras. And we have to do rituals. Why? Because when I come back up, there is a major ritual that took place in our consciousness, in our imprinting. And it had to do with Jason Collins. Okay? And a lot of people miss this, but it was a serious homosexual ritual that took place with Jason Collins. I don't know if anybody was watching this stuff. Now they did it with Magic Johnson with the AIDS thing early on, which he did, of course, you know, he don't have AIDS. You know, niggas that told him he had AIDS is dead. So we're gonna get into that very heavily. Now before I go call Roz up, I want you to know that the charts you see here, I have them in my latest book as a PDF file. And what you can do, you get the PDF file, and even here, Nicholas, I okay that, and you print these charts out and put them on your wall for memory and energy. Okay? The colors are coordinated a certain way, and I put the information on there so that when you put this on your wall, you're going to get a very powerful, positive energy. So the PDF file is $20. And I guess it's going to cost you about $40, $50 to print each one up, or whichever one you prefer. And of course, most of the colors are even stronger when you put brown around it. So I put brown for grounding. We ground the planet Earth. Okay? For Jade, give it up for my queen. And her sister's here with her today. Give it up for her. And give it up for Roz. You know she's here. Give it up for her sister. And all of the brothers and sisters that came from the meeting and who know of us and who've been supporting us, and please do support, because not only do I get a couple dollars, but King Simon got to get paid, the store got to get paid, Roz got to get paid. So whatever you do, buy, pay, whatever you got to do to support these kind of events, because I'm going to help you get rid of some negative energy today. Okay? And we're going to fight the Illuminati today. I got my brother right here, the magic magician, black belt, Mexican karate expert right here. We got a surprise guest on the way, Raul Bailey. So we're going to go in very heavily, okay? So make sure if we take a break or whatever, you get your butt back here, because we're going to be jumping. We got a chart outside. We're going to star step today, okay? We're going to hula hoop today. We're going to get rid of negative energies today, and we're going to learn a lot of sexuality, okay? You notice here, color opposites, and you know, man and woman are not really opposites. They're complementaries, okay? So I have this PDF file. I only have 2 copies of my book, which was Sacred Self. After these 2 copies are gone, it's done, because it costs too much for me to print it, and it's color, so that's why it costs so much to print it. I can't sell it for a reasonable price. So it's on a PDF file. You can get the PDF file on my website. But I do have 2 copies of the hardcover book, and I also have, this is the PDF file for the charts and a lot of the stuff you're going to hear today. And also, in the back table there, you'll see a flyer for the Graveyard Tour. How many of you heard about the Graveyard Tour, Ghost Town, New York, that I'm going to do?
Yeah, I saw that. I want to go.
Yes, yes. Well, today's the last day. You know, I got to have the head count. It's next week, Mother's Day. So you know, we publicized it in January. So, but there will be another tour. But this one is for Mother's Day, and I would highly advise that you check this out. And we're going to stop by and meet up with Black Herman, Duke Ellington, Madam C.J. Walker, Celia Cruz, Miles Davis, Max Roach, the originator of jazz, and all of these people that are up there. And we're going to teach you how to get magical instruments from that place. How to obtain things that you could use in magic. You can't just walk in a graveyard and start picking up stuff. Okay? We're going to teach you how to do that. We're going to go through a lot of the trees. We're going to talk about all the things in the graveyard as far as structures. They have Egyptian structures there. Okay, they have a tombstone of the Titanic. The two you see. What's the guy that played in the Titanic when the Caprio? They played. Yeah, the actors. They played the role of these two people that are there. Okay, so you have a lot of. You might have a court case. Okay, let's go to the baddest damn lawyer and get some dirt off his grave. But you can't just walk up to it. We have to be taught that. So, not for everybody. I would say it's a special, select type of person that would want to do this. Okay, you can't have a lot of fear. Now, before you even go into the graveyard, or before we even set up an appointment for you, you have to have particular stones. River rock, jet, Apache tear, just about any stone that's black. Because anytime you take something from a graveyard, you have to leave something. Okay? So that's coming up in the future, and as I said, the flyers in the back. King Simon's going to announce, if he hadn't already, announce all the other events that are coming up. Did he talk about that? Yeah. Okay, good. This is the Apache tear, right here, and I can go through the history of that, but I'm going to do that on this after Roz speaks. Also, I have the limes, but I'm not going to break them open, so it's $10 if you want the whole original limes with seeds. I have 2 packs, okay? So you can get that. Just recently, off the subject a little bit, I went to the coin show. And this is a great DVD of the Home Shopping Network that they play at 3, 4 in the morning. That's why you sleep. Yep. And on here is dropping the real prices of silver and gold. You need to look at this. I only have 3 copies. Either that or stay up at 3 in the morning on I think it was a Wednesday. I'm not sure. Okay? So I just recently went to the coin show and picked up silver certificates, which I only have 2 left, and Confederate money and all this stuff. I've got, well, I'm not even going to say that. I'm just leave that alone because the Confederate notes, let me just say, I got it at a real cheap price. I came home and looked it up on the internet, it was $400. Some of them were $300. But trust me, I didn't pay no hundreds for it. You understand me? So if there's a government agency called United States, and they're putting out silver coins, and then there's another agency called the Federal Reserve Bank that's putting out paper, promissory notes and toilet paper, then you gotta understand, when you go to purchase that 1 bit of silver, which is about $40, you gotta go to the other government and get 40 Federal Reserve notes to pay for 1 United States America silver coin, which I call the United States of Al Morocco. You understand me? So you got 2, do you want to be a slave or do you want to be sovereign? Because if that were not true, why is the United States Mint putting out silver coins the same time as paper money? Okay, so there's a battle going on. You either with the bankers or you are a Moor of Al Morocco. Which one is it? And as I said before, if you look up the word gold or silver in Black's Law Dictionary, under that definition says something. Okay? So, I'm not going to go deeper into that, but I am going to introduce someone very, very special. And y'all all know her. She's basically the only sister dropping the science that I know about, other than maybe Jewel Pooper, let's waste someone else talking about eat chicken now. You understand? She's the only sister, like when you see a sister like Roz or Jade or her sister, make sure they're protected wherever they go. Right. Wait for what you're doing to make sure they got to where they gotta go. Protect your sisters, okay? Your mothers. Understand me? Good. Get on your feet. Put your hands together for this sister. Roz. Oh, yeah.
Well, gee, thank you. What a warm welcome in Brooklyn, or what is known as Brooklyn. I gotta say something. First of all, I am Sister Rosmaria Ohana Agbe. I'm sorry, Rosmaria Benicia Ohana Agbe, known as R.B. Bay and Rosmaria Bay. I say Islam, peace and love to all. I say Islam because I know what Islam is. It means I, self, dog, and master. The five-pointed star, manifestation of all law into the flesh, and guess who that is? That's you. So, being master of self is what it means when you say Islam. And I know we strive towards that. What I would like to do though, I want to try something. I say Islam. Some people say Hotep. Some people say hello. And those who don't know the polarity of hello and halo, depends on what it means, if you know what it means, you know. Well, you might be saying halo, right? But, and then others say peace. Some say give thanks. Some say hallelujah, El Yahuwah, whatever. So on a count of three, I want everyone in the room to say whatever greeting they are normally used to saying that is comfortable with them. Can we do this? All right. 1, 2, 3. Islam. Oh, did I hear more Islam than anything? Whoa, that's great. Not that there's anything wrong with the hoteps or the, because it's all language, but that's what's up, you know, on nationality principles and be a master of self. As the brother just said that, you know, he said the definition of gold was what? Sovereignty. So I gotta say this. I ain't gonna get into the sex thing, because I know you're gonna be surprised at what I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna ask you the questions, because just by myself, I get shot down. Sometimes try to, but, but listen to this, because I know we go out on all these things. Sovereignty is not something, I think we all know, that you can go right by. You know that, right? Sovereignty only comes with your claim of nationality, anybody's claim of nationality. You cannot have sovereignty without nationality, and that's just the truth. If you don't know, you're gonna find out. It doesn't work that way. It does not stand on its own. So many people are finding that out. It's because the name of the game is nationality. How many people heard about, which comes from your mother, you know, the one that sex thing, right? That produced you. How many people know about, you're gonna find this funny, these Europeans that wrote a brother because they thought that he was European because of their parent last name. And you know what? I didn't bring it with me, but I'll tell you about it. They bravely said, we gotta do something about Obama trying to card out. You know that's what he's thinking, right? Y'all do know that Obama knows that he's the president of a corporation called the United States of America, which is not your government. You established it. That's why you can never be a citizen of it, because you created it. All right? The government is the people. All right? The nation state of which you are from, in history, is absolutely, unequivocally, in the congressional records, the Moorish nation. You know why you were pulled from it. We're not doing that on Sunday. So, or not led to none of these things. So anyway, he's about to institute a nationality identification card. Did y'all know that? Anybody hear about that? The Europeans know about it. And you heard about it? He is, right? Okay, so a nationality identification card, that means it's got to say what your nationality is, doesn't it? Now, so what is the European going to say for his nationality? Ireland, German. Remember he had that speech? And he said, before talking to the Irish, before you were us, meaning American, you were them. That was the, see, people who know what he was setting up. This may be his last term, you may not get it again, it doesn't matter, because it's going to be anarchy for them, not you, but for them. Not you. You're not going out in the street protesting. You know better. You're the government. That's their anarchy that they have to have. All right, so now he's going to do that. What's the problem? If everybody would just say, honor their mothers and fathers, the Constitution, as a matter of fact, will work real well for us all. All right? So y'all keep studying that Constitution because it's a religious document and the most divine out there. All right. Sex. The reason why there's such a query over some of the things that I may say in reference to the sexual union is because I will tell my family that women in her womb can and does and will again produce as the self-produced child without the sexual intercourse and spark of the electric sperm. And when that happens, usually the sisters get it and the brothers get a little uptight. They get uptight because they think they have no purpose. But let's really think about this for a moment. Let's clear the level. Let's level the floor. You know that you are not able to reproduce self. She is self-producing. You know that you don't have, you have a rudimentary womb, doesn't work, you have, can't feed nothing if you did, and if you did have one, you got a womb, you're a woman, what's the problem? We know that all species are identified by the female, not the male. You are, so I am man and you are son of man. What a noble position. Why is it that we don't see the nobility of that? One of the reasons is because we do not know the power, the true power you have not even seen that woman have. You haven't even seen it yet. Why haven't you seen her power? Because she's suppressed. She's suppressed. What has suppressed her? Originally, religious dogma. That's why you haven't seen it, and that's why you rebuke this. Why is she not quite able to do that at this point right now? Not that she's not able, but she's not able. Potentially she's capable, but she's not able physically, mentally, spiritually, wrong foods, all this stuff that we're getting into, and lack of knowledge. And she is the fall of humanity. I can say to you that she is the fall of humanity. Therefore, all of this stuff is her fault, and brothers still get upset. That's some serious stuff right there. Because if everybody comes through this womb, and therefore you brothers too, son, your first school womb is she. Respect that. Like the brother said. So if everybody comes through there and she's fallen and out of place, this, you should be concerned about that. About uplifting fallen humanity. Alright? So, what is the problem? The patriarchal mindset. The not knowing exactly what has occurred for the fall of humanity, and let's get to the sense. Okay, first of all, can anybody in this room tell me what the universal symbol for the sexual union is? Talk about something that you don't even know. I mean, let's get this straight, but it's all good, because we're here to teach each other. We're here to share information. Don't believe me though, check it out for yourself. I'm going to show you the sexual... You ready? You're going to say, what? Look at that. Talk about sex, baby, and don't even know what the symbol is. All right? The universal symbol for the sexual union. Because I'm leading straight to astrology. What'd you say? Come on, give me what you think. Say that again? The cross with the circle. The cross with the circle, that's the mundane cross. That's the cross. The cross with the circle is the 4 cardinal points, the seasons, etc. like that. Somebody said the ankh. Well, the ankh is the womb. It's the womb, yes.
XL.
Who said heads up? Let's go. You got that right. This is the symbol for the perfect union. In fact, I like to put a dot in the middle. The perfect union of sexual union. This is your Trinity and mine together. So when we get to how does this thing work in astrology, well, if there are missing, if the elements are not complementary as stated, and you know, like this thing about opposites, it's polar reflections. Like people don't like that word. Oh, that's not opposite. No, it's a polar reflection. There are complementary energies, because that's what sex is all about. Your relationship that you're having, whether it's good or bad, is because you may not be acknowledging the elemental energies. Can I give an example? I know some of you probably have heard this. All right, what's your sign? Sun sign, that is. Parts, it's really not parts, but you know, are you a water sign or earth sign or air? You're an air sign. All right, let me give, well, no, I'm going to give an example. Who's a water sign? I'll give an example of air too. Huh? Okay, water, if she had a mate that was a fire sign, fire element, right? Do you think that would work that way? No. You start there. You must start there. Because those are the elements, elementary school, to learn the elements. Of course, they sent our children to the elementary schools to learn some other crap, you know, that has nothing to do with sciences, culture, none of that, not yours. Because remember, you're ancient man, they're modern. They can't teach you anything anyway, you taught them everything. However, because we fell, let's keep going back, let's get it back. And the reason I keep saying this, and I keep going back to that, because women birth all children. Women make you. Who made you? You say Allah. Allah is feminine. That's your mother. Allah, is it that came from? No. Allah is arm, leg, arc, head, manifestation of you, which is spiritual in the physical. Let me go here because I don't want anyone to get confused about what I'm saying about sex, because what I'm going to say is, if you really think that your highest, you know, that orgasm you get, the cosmos gives you is orgasmic. If the only, now the sexual energy is absolutely the most strongest energy here to create. Well, what are you creating? If you're getting together with other, because you know it's about cosmic love, really, because that's where sensuality comes from. See, sensuality is the ability to recognize love as an energy and cosmically. And let's be truthful, women are very sensual, and most men can't do that because it takes intimacy and caring, which means you and able to suffer humility in order to get to the point where you can actually deal with a sister and her sensuality. Whew. That's just the truth. Now there's ways and mechanisms for you to get there, and I'm going to share with you today some signs so you can recognize whether that actually fits you, because I'm sure it does, because you are not made that way. That's why she is awesome to you. And that is also why you often like to control her, because she has that power that goes beyond that physical power that you kind of can't really get with. So if you can't really get with and your nature is to dominate, then you begin dominating. And sometimes the motivators for that can be jealousy, envy, you know, the fact that you have some past experience and you're already emotionally damaged yourself. Now, when I'm saying this stuff, I'm not saying this to put you down, I'm saying this to bring you back up, because you've got to get there if you really want that sensual love. Because do not need, and listen, they did a test. How many orgasms in an hour could a woman have compared to a man who was 17 that you could have to 140? Let's not even talk about no equality. Don't even try to make it competitive, because it's not. There is no competition between the male, I'm going to say male, meaning the son of man, because I'm man, you're son of man. We got that? That's some basics that we can get straight. I am man, and every woman in here is man. Why? is illogical. If I were to see anyone here to come up on a board and draw a picture of man, and they came up here and they drew a picture, and that picture didn't have breasts and didn't have a womb, they didn't draw a picture of man. Because she is 100% of the DNA, meaning the X, symbolized by X. What is that? 100% of the DNA. Am I right or wrong? Are you with me? And he is the Y. I don't know, even in the visual symbolism, it shows that he's missing something. I mean, I'm right, see, but I'm not saying this to put him down. I'm saying this to bring us back up. Because if we don't get this and accept this, we're in trouble. We will continue to disrespect women, and the only highest thing that you think you can attain is that quickness, because you know you ejaculate pretty quickly, is that quickness of that orgasm that is only on the physical plane. And let me tell you, don't you want something more? Because we can get the orgasm from cosmic and from ourselves all the time. Anytime. I've heard some brothers say something about women shouldn't wear pants because when they sit in the chair, their clitoris rubs there. Your thing hangs out. What the heck is that? These are the kind of things, and what is it? It is nothing but what? So, the things they'll tell you, sisters, because they're ashamed of your sexuality. And that they don't have it like that. So, now I'm not saying that there are not some sisters that are, come on. Sex is so powerful, it can be destructive. But if you know how to use it, not like the sister did the poem right there, she started off. You cannot satisfy her if you're not mentally able to have sex with her. She had mental sex with you before you got there. She prepared the dinner, the wine, the table. She was having sex with you then. Am I right? Sis, it's mental for us because man is mind. So if the only thing that you really, sons, think that is the achievement for you is can happen real quick because a sister can come up here and she can do a jig, do a dance, she can do some things, and you can't help it. A sister, it's the truth. It's the truth. So what do you do but try to harness that energy that she has? That's the problem. But in order for you to get with it, you got to become more caring, intimate, and mental. Because they don't say, man, it's mine, right? And all the brothers want is an ejaculation. That's some limited stuff. And you know what happens? Because the sister can get her thing without having that and still reach the cosmic orgasm, it's a problem for you. Well, you need to, come up to the plate. But you got to be able to be vulnerable. And most sons are not able to be vulnerable because they are truly the most emotional creatures. Lie. It was such a suppression of who she really is. Because here's what that means. So this is why I'm going to put you in that place. Y'all may have read this. It comes from Delmar de Veras, from William Cooper, the Pale Horse, about the truth. One, listen to this, because this will change your life, unless you got blockages and you don't want to change. I got some information on why you won't change, because you're living in the past, and that past makes you want to hurt other people. You must purpose. What? And what's the big deal? Everything in the physical perishes anyway. So that means my physical body and yours is gone. What's the big deal? Into thinking that your only existence is in the physical? What? But I thought you believed and knew the man was mine. So now we're in these vessels, right? Right? So we're all going to perish. So what's the problem? You're holding on to the physical a little bit too much. You're not really believing, because the only reason the woman is here is because she had to come down here and try to hide in you so that she could bring you back to where you needed to be to remember where you came from. Because Zakar is Adam, and it means the rememberer. And the Adam, A-D-A-M, as they say in Adam and Eve, but it's atom, and the evolution of the atom has forgotten where they came from. That's why we're here and not able to necessarily navigate out. But how many people go to Dream World, because I do, and they find the information of what they want. It's just like, I got all these notes about what I'm going to do with this class. See, because when I'm in my, kind of like in my class on my turf, you know, like we really talk more about nationality principles, because the truth is we really got to get there. Like if there's not one thing the thing that people will need to do is absolutely declare their nationality and stop playing these games, because it's, you know, that's it. That's the call of the game, name of the game. So we, you know, we deal with that. But it's just like with astrology. I don't do the astrology as much as I would really like to, but it's all right because it's me. You know, like I had someone say something to me about, well, you know, you should know what's going down inside astrology. I said, I am astrology. Because I am a part of the universe, and the universe is a part of me. So once you, it's love. So, you know, once you know that, you know that that's who you are, that that's where you were made up from. Wherever your mother was, not your father. See, everything we say is about your mama, not your daddy. Well, come on now. Mama's baby, Papa's maybe. There's a reason for that. Because this is her egg, not your egg. You don't have an egg. There is no such thing as a male egg on the planet. So let's not do this and play this game. But it's the ego of the son that has him doing that. We understand that. And the loss of pain, or the thought of ego, which is painful, that has that happening. So what mothers have to do is start teaching from the womb again, just like the Daughters of the American Revolution did when they created their sons to come out and hate her sons, and that's where you got the Ku Klux Klan sons. That's where it came from. But everything follows after the sciences that we put out. So, hold on a minute, I need a... All right. No, this is perfect. You know, women are also adaptive. Resourceful. Hey, you know, if we have to pick up a hammer and use it with the nail, we will. What's the big deal? We taught y'all how to fight. Don't you know where you came from? Do you remember the Amazon women? Huh? They called the amazing women. They will kick your assets. For real. For real. Stop playing as if you don't know that. Why? To dominate what? The physical? For what? It perishes. It perishes. If this is your only foe, if you think that this is it, you gotta control this right here. This is physical. Bam, they don't go nowhere but here to here. You're never gonna get there. You're gonna come right back. Now I believe, sons, that this is why Prophet Noah Lee said in his divine writings and wondrous, we definitely are, because it's on point. Upon review and study, you will find it to be true as well. That in one of your statements, the little girl, the daughter goes out, runs out to the store, and she comes back, and she says, "Mommy, guess what?" She says, "Yes, daughter." I'm imagining, you know, on the play. "I saw a man today, because y'all ain't gonna be here if y'all don't get yourself straight." What I mean by that, I don't mean that you gotta get yourself straight and we don't. Because I'm gonna say the same thing to the sisters. We have to get it straight. We have to know what our power is. As I was stating earlier, our power, the true power of a woman, we ain't even seen it. It was normal stuff. That's why we fell in the first place, yielding our strength, yielding our energy against each other, which we still do right now. You know, it's just the truth. You know what I mean? That's why we fell. So now, the imprinting is, I'm with you. Maybe I'm obligated because, you know, the marriage is the mine is, yeah, no marriage license. And we maybe have sex and you might have sparked the egg. But guess what? I was thinking about him the whole time I was pregnant. So guess what? The baby came out looking like him. I know some sister said, oh yes, how many domestic violences have we had based on that lack of knowledge? Huh? How many? Too many. What is this? We know not ourselves and have taught not ourselves.